They gonna fight? Watch it. He talks about it in gaming terms. I know Tier Zoo is lit. I'm just trying to figure out why somebody thinks that a gorilla could take out 100 humans. Like, come on, bro. We serving that thing.
The grizzly bear. Two of the most
A grizzly bear? Like, come on, bro. A fucking dog? Like a dog, bro? Like, come on, bro. That shit weak.
They're not playable in the same servers, the question of which of these is more powerful, or specifically which one would win in 1v1 combat, is a common subject of debate on the game's forums. So today we're going to delve into the stats and abilities of both of these powerful builds and determine
look how
which
weak
one would
that
come out
gorilla
on top
is,
in a
bro.
deathmatch. Let's start with the gorilla.
Imagine losing to a bear.
In my primate tier list video, I ranked the gorilla as S tier, and it was the only primate other than the human to get that top tier rank. And there's good reason for this.
Yo,
Just
fuck
have a
off,
look
Tone.
at this thing's base stats.
Come on,
the gorilla
bro.
is easily the most powerful of
Like,
all
why are
the
you doing
primates,
that, bro?
with a power stat well beyond most mammal builds within its weight class. Its arms allow it to climb trees with ease, and keep in mind, they do this without investing in any of the perks which make climbing easier, like cling pads or hooked claws. No, gorillas do this on strength alone, and they still make it look easy. And so it should go without saying that those arms can also toss most other players around like a ragdoll, and can dish out some serious damage.
Like, come on. You see that? Look how much it took for him to throw. Look how much of his energy. Look at, like, you saying that he did that, like, kind of left, like, look how his whole body shook. Like, he barely could do that, bruh. Like, look how little and tiny them little arms are, bro. Like, come on. I'm stretching that thing. I'm stretching that nigga out. I'm laying that bear out, bro. I mean, that gorilla out.
Serious damage in a short flurry.
Gorilla pussy. Look at that.
Also have massive canine teeth, and although these are mostly for intimidation, they can act as an extra damage-dealing attack option if the situation calls for it.
Look at him.
Mobility-wise, they move surprisingly quick, given how short their back legs are.
What the 40 mile is? What the 40? Let me see the 40.
Their burst movement potential.
What the 40 is? What the 40 is?
Gorillas don't have much to talk about. Their thick hide and bulky muscles offer some protection, but with only skin and fur covering their exterior, most attacks will be effective against them.
Exactly.
Luckily, their large size gives them a pretty generous hit point pool, so they should be able to tank a decent amount of hits in a pinch.
Yeah, I bet not 100. I bet not 100.
Their coloration works pretty well in dense forests, although not as well as true camouflage patterns would. Because they walk on their hands and feet rather than hooves, they can move much more quietly than most herbivores, although not quite as silently as builds with padded paws and retractable claws. And
Lion's pussy too.
Intelligence-wise, gorillas are far above average. Their complex social structure requires significant investment to the intelligence skill tree in order to unlock it. And in doing so, gorillas also gained access to basic tool use and team tactics.
What, their
The
hands?
most common tool use tactic seen in gorillas is the use of sticks and rocks in order to more effectively dig out termites from their mounds. Next, let's switch over to the brown bear.
Was that the biggest termite mound ever seen in history? Oh my god.
In my bear tier list, I rated the brown bear at the low end of S tier. Taking a look at its stats, we can immediately see just how overpowered this thing is. Although not quite as powerful as the polar bear, it's still one of the strongest.
You talking about the cuddly bear? You think a polar bear? Come on, bruh. Come on, bro. We acted like a fucking grizzly bear, a nigga that go in the water and pick up fish. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all are pussy.
Carnivorous mammal builds in the entire.
So y'all just be walking around scared of animals? Come on, bro. Like, a snake is a different story, cause that nigga is gonna come up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta really be on the lookout for this bitch's lost animal, because that's a whole different type of animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit that could just sneak up on you. And I don't have my other 99 niggas with me right now, so I don't know. A one-on-one might go crazy. If I get to like see it in front of me and we have to walk each other down, I'm beating it every time. But if it just sneaks up on me and wants to fight, I'm done.
One of the few that is able to take down builds like the moose, bison, and elk solo. Its power stat is
That's what I be saying, bro. People be trying to act like mooses are strong. Like a moose gonna scare me, bro. Like, come on. Look at that thing getting dragged like a little bitch.
To take down builds like the moose.
That thing is you're 2 times its size. Beat that. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, everything in the wild is just a little cuck, bro.
Bison and elk solo. Its power stat is just crazy high, mostly due to the insane damage a bear can dish out using its claw swipe attack. it's not uncommon for a single swipe from a Grizzly to one-hit most players.
I'm
as it
dodging
deals
that.
both blunt force
An
damage
arrow?
and slashing damage in no small amount.
Like, what is he doing? He should have just pow. I would have just popped that thing with the bow, bruh. You see what I'm saying? This man gets up and walks away safely. See, that's what I would have did. I would have got up and been like, wow, man. I shouldn't have let my wife tell me to come out here with a bow again.
Unlike the gorilla, bears also regularly use their teeth in combat, rather than...
Yeah, because a car isn't built like me, Gary. What the fuck are you talking about? A car that's meant to crumble? A car that was literally built and put on this world to get into an accident and crumble so that the person on the inside doesn't take that impact? What are you talking about? Of course the car is going to get destroyed. Like, of course it's going to get destroyed. But I bet you if I'm running straight and a moose is running straight at me, I'm sweeping that fucking thing, dude. Are you stupid? Like, grow up, bro. Like, come on. Have some balls.
Just for intimidation, and in this aspect they excel as well. Defensively, the brown bear is quite sturdy. It has thick, loose skin, similar to the honey badger, which allows it to absorb serious blows without taking too much damage to their vitals. And with an HP stat similar to the gorilla, even if their opponents do score a critical hit,
yeah,
it's unlikely to mean an immediate game over. Stealth-wise...
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you saw how he weakly, like, he obviously ain't hit the angle. I'm capping Brody right in his eyeball. He's done for, bro. You couldn't fight a horse? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? That giant target? Have you seen the head of a horse? I want that little bit. Like, what was that? What's that thing that was like? And it like revs up and it's like, I'd fucking catch that thing. Just one good time, probably give it a good one, like a little 1-2, fucking weed that nigga. Just right to the fucking dome, dog.
Brown bears fare a little worse than the gorilla. Bears may not stick out that much visually, but they are some of the smelliest...
What do you mean? I fight Shetland ponies all the time. Your mother's built just like one. I be beating that fucking pussy up.
...builds in the entire game, to the point where their odor often gives away their position long before they're detected via eyesight. Luckily for the brown bear, its incredible movement speed and endurance can allow it to close the distance on fleeing players, even if they get a head start fleeing from the bear's scent. With a top speed roughly similar to a horse, very few builds can reliably escape a charging bear, especially given that bears can climb without issue as well.
Without issue, like it's forgetting. Is it forgetting like who we are? Like, is it forgetting like what humans can do, dog? Are you kidding me? I can climb without issue, bruh. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not gonna need to climb because you're gonna see me right here. You think I'm running away on a bike, bruh? I could walk away from a gorilla because I got to turn around and roundhouse kick that bitch right back into the ground. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? Like, let's sit here and let's be legitimately honest with ourselves, okay? A gorilla or a bear, like, I can see if I get caught off guard, boom, oh man, it got me. But like, come on, bro, head-to-head combat, I'm on that shit.
Puts the bear's stats pretty much all either above or equal to the gorillas, with the exception of stealth. Of course, there's one stat we still haven't discussed yet: the bear's intelligence. When it comes to the gorilla versus grizzly debate, one thing that's often brought up is that the gorilla should be able to use its intelligence to easily outsmart the bear and gain a significant upper hand. Unfortunately for the gorilla, I vehemently disagree with this assessment. Not because gorillas aren't smart, but because bears are not dumb.
Gorillas are idiots.
A common quote you hear from human park ranger builds is that there's a great deal of overlap between the intelligence of the smartest bears and the dumbest humans. To the point where...
a bear. Watch this shit, bro. Let me show you how pussy bears are, dog. Like, it's what I don't be understanding, like, what people be talking about. Lady goes outside, finds bear in car. Watch this shit, bro. Watch this. Watch how pussy this bear is, bro. Watch how pussy this bear is, dog. You feel me? Watch this lady come outside. This lady gonna come outside, right? She like, oh shit, my door is open. Oh damn, I wonder why my door is open. Oh, it's a bear in there. Look at this. This is a single mother. Bear can't even beat a single mom. Bear can't even, look at the bear running away. Bear running away like a little bitch. Bear can't even beat a single mother. Look at that. Look at that. You see what I'm saying, bro? This shit crazy for real. Shit crazy. That bear was more scared of her than it was scared of him. That's what I'm saying.
Designing an effective
I'm busting that thing down.
Is often impossible because it will also keep out a good number of humans it was meant to be used by. Bears are the most intelligent of all carnivoran builds, smarter than cats, dogs, weasels, foxes, seals, and hyenas. Their giant brains are a necessity in order to memorize key points of interest across their vast territories, and for them to
I don't understand like what we talk about. What do we talk about? Like, there's like, okay, think about this, right? Think about this like 100%, right? Like, think with your fucking brains for 2 seconds. How do we think that something is smart because it has a nose? Like, if this bear smells something that it wants, of course, like, how is it smart that a bear is pushing on the outside of a trash can to open it? Like, how is that supposed to be smart? You know what I'm saying? The bear leans on the trash can, realizes it moves, and starts dragging the fucking trash can. Like, that's smart? Are y'all fucking with me? Like, come on, bro. Come on. A 2-year-old is doing that.
Strategize how to access the best quality loot. This isn't to say the grizzly bear is going to invent some galaxy-brained gorilla trap on the spot or anything, but neither is the gorilla.
Like, see what I'm saying? Like, this is a fake Japanese gorilla. This is not even a real gorilla. This is a whole human in a gorilla suit. Like, what are we talking about right now?
Invent some galaxy-brained gorilla trap on the spot or anything. But
this is a whole grown man in this fucking outfit.
Incredibly intelligent builds for sure, but their intelligence manifests in their complex social dynamics and their tool use. In this scenario, it's 1v1, so the social dynamics is a non-factor. That just leaves their tool use, and in this regard, I think most players drastically over.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, you're not taking that serious. You're not taking that serious. You're not. Hey, yo, Starkey, thanks for the follow, baby.
Estimate the gorilla's abilities. Gorillas are not supreme bushcraft weaponsmiths.
Did it? Is it lit?
Of weapons at all.
Joel, thanks for the follow, baby.
In the player base. They will use rocks to more efficiently access insect larvae. But as for personal defense, the only strategy gorillas have access to is the intimidation-based technique of tossing debris in
like, come on, that shit pussy.
Adversary's general direction.
All right, we got 5 minutes. We're locked right now. Hold on.
This is extremely effective and is often how a party of gorillas will ward off an approaching leopard in their natural ecosystem.
I gotta see what's going on with this gorilla.
But 1 versus 1 versus a bear, there is no way this would be enough to deter an attack. The bear's own high intelligence would give it a high chance to resist the intimidation effect. And once the bear has closed the distance, the bear is winning this fight at least 95% of the time.
Yeah, it closes the disc. Like, bro, come on,
the gorilla
bro.
would need not one, but several critical hits in a row to successfully take down a bear. Meanwhile, the bear would only need a few good bites and swipes before it's game over for the gorilla. So ultimately,
like, you saw how slow it was, though. Like, that's all I need. That's all I need y'all to be able to see. Like, you saw how slow that swipe was. Like, I'm fucking weaving that shit. Weave. You saw how quick that was. Weave. You saw how quick that weave. And my neck hurts right now, and I'm still that fast. Like, weave. I'm like, oh my god, on his ass.
That's how I think this matchup would go. Admittedly, I think it's a bit unfair to set up a scenario where the gorilla's most powerful ability is taken off the table, but the bear remains completely untouched. But that's the downside of investing in team tactics. If you ever find yourself caught off guard with no allies nearby, you might lose battles that you should otherwise at least have a fighting chance in.
See? Do you see what I'm saying right now? Look at this. This nigga's scared of a duck.
If you find this analysis unsatisfactory, we can approach it another way, which would be to take a look at their matchup spread and see if we can find any easy comparisons. While gorillas and bears never encounter each other in the wild and have no experience fighting each other, both the gorilla and the brown bear need to contend with big cats.
What are we talking about?
While obviously not in North America.
How has a gorilla never fought a bear? They don't know about Noah's Ark. Them niggas was wrestling and practicing all the time on Noah's Ark.
This is the largest big cat build in existence, one which was powerful enough to, on rare occasion, take down rhinos and elephants solo. Matchups between bears and tigers tend to be pretty even. While there are recorded instances of tigers defeating bears and bears defeating tigers, generally these matchups tend to end in stalemates where neither player is truly defeated.
duct taped the door,
However,
Tone.
when we take a look at the gorilla's matchup spread against its most common big cat opponent, the leopard, we see that the gorillas actually tend to lose this matchup. Leopards are far less powerful than tigers, yet nonetheless, even a leopard can score kills on gorillas. I think this is more a function of the difference in the bear and gorilla's defensive stats than its offensive stats. Even with its above-average constitution stats, the gorilla's low defenses make it too much of a glass cannon. And in a massive slugfest fight like the subject of this video, the inability to absorb a lot of damage is an absolutely crippling disadvantage. No joke, I get this question at least once a week. It's to the point where if someone DMs me saying, I have a question, I just answer, the bear wins. And like 50% of the time, that's all they need. Now you
So you're telling me that a fucking gorilla can't stand 2 swipes from a bear? Now imagine 100 human beings just eating that nigga one good time. Like, come on! I'm sick of people not understanding the power of humans, bro. I'm sick of it. Everybody keeps thinking that they're just gonna bow and fold to an animal. Like, bro, there is literally barely 2 animals on this earth that I'm not just punting. Like, what are we talking about?
Hopefully you see me as an unbiased and trustworthy source for these sorts of analyses. But trustworthy sources are hard to come by these days. When new controversial debates crop up, it can be difficult to tell whether the version of a story you're being shown is the full story or just a heavily biased version of it. This is why I'm a huge fan of today's sponsor, Ground News.
Oh, Ground News
is a website and app that pulls news stories from all over the world and organizes
100 average people.
Give you a full picture of what you're reading.
I think at least 15 of them have to be full-on crackheads, though.
Every story
because we need like some type of like leverage,
stats,
you know what I mean?
Political bias, reliability, and ownership. For
like,
example,
I need a nigga that can pick up a refrigerator and ride a bike at the same time. I need that nigga on my team. You know what I'm saying?
About potential new breakthrough strategies. Here's one about yellow-legged hornets. 65 news outlets reported on this story, with a center-left stat spread, with only 2 news outlets coming from the right. They even have useful stats on reliability and ownership. And here's another story about PvP going on within the shark player base. This time, according to the stats, the source has a slight reporting bias coming from the right. But if you're more interested in human-focused PvP-related stories, take a look at this example about the war in Syria.
What the fuck?
Even for news stories with extremely high factuality stats, by flickering between the headlines from the left and right-leaning sources, you can start to spot the subtle differences between how they talk about the conflict, such as how the right-leaning sources consistently refer to ISIS as terrorists, whereas left-leaning sources just refer to them as members of the Islamic State. I also love their blind spot feed, which specifically highlights news stories which have little to no coverage on one side or the other.
Holy shit!
Get a sense of which stories are generally ignored by which sides of the aisle. So if you want to stay better informed about the bias in the news you consume, go to groundnews.com/Tirzu. Scan the...
Ooh, is that an Indian woman? I don't know. This doesn't seem like an American commercial. It's not really seeming that American.
Go to groundnews.com/Tirzu. Scan the QR code on screen or click the
fake news. I don't know if I trust it. Fake goddamn news, Tirzu. That might be biased news. Goddamn it. You think Americans gonna support some shit like that? Goddamn it. What the fuck is going on in your mind, brother?